Today on Go Figure News, we have a host of items from the National Entertainment Collectibles Association, otherwise known as NECA. We hope you're going to be as excited as we are to unveil these. Everything we're looking at today comes from the Planet of the Apes, starting with the Lawgiver. This is a brand new limited edition statue. It is in 1,700 pieces. It is made of a polystone, and his name has been lost to time. But the teachings of the orangutan, now known as the Lawgiver, lives on in the sacred scrolls which govern and guide ape society. And here we can see the sculpt on this. Last we saw this particular figure, there was a version done by Hot Toys, I believe, and there is an earlier version from the late 90s from Medicom from Japan. But this is NECA's version, and I have to say the sculpt is very attentive. The coloration in the material is really well done. It's quite hefty. The price on this also can really range from about $59 to over $100 depending on where you purchase it. So watch for it in various online shops and in local retailers. There are the scrolls, and it's a really interesting moment in the original films. So it's kind of a classic. We move right on to two figures. These are 8-inch figures from the Planet of the Apes, the original series. The Guerrilla Soldier is the first, and Colonel George Taylor. Now, these figures are, in fact, clothed, so they're like original Mego figures. They have fabric clothing. Now, on this Charlton Heston styled figure, I have to say the face sculpt is one of the best I've seen. It actually matches Sideshow Collectibles in terms of quality. I love the boots. The jumpsuit is a little slightly see-through, though. You can kind of see the skin color. But in some ways that might be close to the original, since they landed in water when they landed on the Planet of the Apes. Here we have the Guerrilla Soldier, which is the newer of the two of these. I'm not sure if this series is going to continue, but they are quite well done. On the Guerrilla Soldier, he has these sort of satiny purple pants. They kind of look like something from the disco era, but they are true to the original. So they work really well, and I love the leather jacket. It's really well done. And we're moving on to the newest edition in the classic 3 waves of NECA figures from Planet of the Apes. This is from San Diego Comic-Con. This is the convention exclusive from 2015. This is Wave 3 or Series 3. It comes with 3 different figures. Caesar, you can pause this if you want to read. And also the Conquest Gorilla, and this is the first figure of the Conquest Gorilla that I own. There was an earlier one from Medicom from Japan, and General Aldous. Now these, we've seen this Series 1 and Series 2, but in Series 3 it's a little bit different. You were able to get these at various retailers, but for Series 3 you can only get this through Toys R Us in a trio pack. And otherwise, unless you did get this at San Diego Comic-Con, and at San Diego it came in a small white boxes, as you saw here, and they are stacked up on top of each other with some tissue paper in between. We're going to start with General Aldous, And this is what he looks like inside the plastic. It's a good looking figure. Now, what I want to say, especially about NECA on these figures, which are slightly smaller than the ones in the clamshell cases, they are their own thing. There's no fabric on these. They are all made of vinyl and rubber and plastic type materials. The face sculpts on these are impeccable. They are the best in the business, bar none. So I'm going to try to get some close-ups so that you can see. All three of these figures in Series 3 come with multiple accessories, which on the first two series there were hardly as many accessories as in this grouping. Now, I'm not sure if that warrants the cost, because these actually are selling for starting at around $75 for the trio. So, but these are so well made. For any Planet of the Apes fan out there, as you can see, the detailing is incredible. These are a must, and these will really help complete your series if you've already purchased Series 1 and 2. Now, we're going to take a look at the Conquest Gorilla, which of course comes from the Conquest of the Planet of the Apes film. And the others, I think, are a little bit more independent in terms of what film they could be categorized according to, because their costumery doesn't really change all that much. But this one's very particular, and a very bright red jumpsuit, which I actually like a lot. When I saw the photos online, I wasn't so sure, but when I see it in person, I am in love. I need to go back to the film now to see the coloration of the shoes as opposed to the jumpsuit. Now, there's a lot of articulation here. This one, as you can see, you can set up in multitude of poses. He's got such a stern look. I love the hands. The shoes are just kind of odd. They're like loafers, so I bet they're kind of prison shoes, but they just look kind of strange with everything else being so perfectly wrinkled, and it really gives you a lived-in quality. And here's the Conquest ape here with the hair sculpt, which kind of reminds me a little bit of Elvis. It's pretty intense stare. Now, one of his accessories is this big metallic shield, which I love. You need to manipulate it a little bit to get it just right. And here he is with all of his weaponry. That particular figure comes with the most accessories. Here is Caesar, a very popular character in the Planet of the Apes. Now, he's been seen in various degrees in different companies. I've never seen him, however, in this particular outfit, nor shackled like this. Also, I really like the way that they've paid attention to the hands and the brow. They kind of have manipulated it in such a way where it almost looks like the actor in the mask. The chain is a really great addition. They did a good job at making the plastic look like metal. The hands again have hair going down the front part, unlike other apes and gorillas in this series. This is the gun that he comes with. It comes with an olive strap, which kind of matches his jumpsuit. So and it just slips right over his shoulder. It's really easy to put this whole thing together. Comes with an extra set of hands, some leg shackles, and a gun. So if you're interested in looking at this a little bit closer, try NECA GoFigureOnline.com. Thanks for being with us here at Go Figure News.
Please hang up and try again.